Okay, hello everyone. First of all, can you type in the chat if you can hear me and if the sound is okay? If so, then we go further to the stream itself. Is someone there to verify the sound? Because I have no idea if the sound is okay. Okay, no reaction, then I will wait for it. In the meantime, I will start with the design of this Roman general store. Yeah, it's a bit annoying that I do not know if someone can hear me. Let's take a look. At least. What we can see here is the basic Blender layout with a couple of Roman buildings, the textures and the first concept. Still no sound as far as I can see. Okay, this is weird. No matter, we'll fix it later on. Oh, okay. So someone can hear me, that's okay, it's fine. But no sound yet. It can be that the music is off. Because I don't have the soundtrack on my own computer. Ah, great. Okay, nice. Great. Then let's start. So today we're going to stream the design of the Roman general store. And first of all, in the editor, basically every civ has around 3 or 2 stores, and they are known under the general ones and the basic stores. Let's see if I can put it off. But yeah, they started with the idea of giving every building, every store a different look. But if you look at them in the editor, then basically every store, the advanced one, crafting one, recipe one, all of them are the same, and that's, in my opinion, a bit sad, because of course I want something different for every kind of building. So that's just looks, and we have seen the stream of P, where you made the texture of the first ship, and that's the end process of making a 3D building or a 3D design. So in this stream we're going to look at what it takes what you need to make a 3D building. And we do it in Blender, and in Blender we can basically insert all kind of things. So here on the top we can see the few buildings. So the Shaker Workshop, one of the craft shops of the Celts, Babylonian store, the Templum, and some other Roman buildings we've got from the original designers, and our private or our self-made town center. So how do we start? On the top here we see the texture, and this is the wall texture, but we also have the tiles one, the props, and another one is the roof texture. And these are all the textures, all the things we need to make this building. And in the lower corner we see the concept design of the store, and we basically have two of them, so the engineering one and the craftsman store. And for this stream I'm going to build this craftsman workshop, and the main element of this workshop is the roof part. So let's start with that element. So we start with a basic shape of the corner, and of course make a solid one. And the first thing we're going to do is start with the general shape of it. So we have a flat part in the middle, then a sort of stone flooring, and then we go up to the roof section. Like this. The first part is just basically experimenting with the shape. And see if you can capture the step one. So that should be something basically like this. So then let's see if we can make it a bit easier. And by the way, you can ask all kind of questions you have about designing buildings and about the 3D art we are making. So what I'm doing now is making one segment, because that makes it easier for the texturing. And here we see the basic texture now. So what I basically did is making a 3D shape, and now I'm gonna texture it. And this one is going to, I guess, walls, as far as I know. Let's put the other one. Let's put the material on. Yes. Oh, great. The first leg. Oh, yes, there we are. Okay. And put it in the right one. So, walls. So this is the first part, and it looks a bit diverted, but that's okay. Then the next parts, these ones, and I guess they will go in one shape. Unwrap. And let's see where we're gonna put it. I guess this one will a bit different. This one will go over there. And fill the entire spot like that. This one as well, the one on top. Yeah, this setup takes a while, but when we have this one done, then we can rush to the entire roof. And yeah, maybe you need to get used to these development streams. You can see again people asking for the PvP. But yeah, that's not something we are doing in these streams of the developers. Maybe later on, when we have the Romans inserted in the game, we will see how the balance team manage to organize the Civ. But we are still not on that point of balancing. But we go fast. We basically have all the buildings done, yeah, except the wonder. There's just one part we need to texture. And for the units we have, as far as I know, all ships are done. All the units are far done. Yeah, only some siege units are still needed. But yeah, the siege units asks for some hard animations. And Felix is doing all the animations. And till now they look very great. But they take a lot of time to make. Much more time than just the design of a simple building. Basically a building can be done from scratch till in-game building in about 2-3 hours, I guess. But animations take so much time to make. Especially to get all the movements of arms and hands perfectly as you want them. So, the first shape, let's rotate it 11.5 like this, and move it over there. So now we're gonna array it. So we make a basic shape out of it. That's the wrong one. And we're gonna use a linking surface. So basically now we can make this building a perfectly round one. That's 21.25. Rotate 45 degrees. Oh, there's something off in one of them. Yeah, the problem with these linkings is that they not always snap as you want them to snap. 11.25 or 11.5? Oh, yeah, basically what we are just streaming on the Celeste official page. So that's the same setup as P used during his stream. Here we have it, 21.5, 22.5. And then it should be, oh, that's the wrong one. Yes, here we go. 90 degrees minus 90 degrees. And we can see that there's a little offset in them, but it will be fixed very easily. By moving them a little bit around till they fit well. And also something we can always change during the process. We only need to find a space where they almost meet each other. I guess this will do. And then when I select them all, I should be capable to make into one shape. Merge by distance. Oh, yeah. First this one. Edit. By distance. And we should be rather close. Annoying again. Then let's do it the hard way. What is going on here? It should be one thing. What do we have now? What the hell is this? Something went wrong on this one. Let's see if we can do this over again. The spot. Yeah, the whole thing is the thing with designing those buildings. When you start, you always you run into problems, but then the moment it's off, it should be running way smoother. And maybe it can be that it's not completely. Oh, this is Blender 2.8. Nice QSP. It's a bit off in a sense. Maybe this will work a bit better. And then this one, and now we can smooth it a bit easier. So it's still a bit off, but it can be rotate 45, LD rotate 45. This one looks better. And rotate 90 degrees. And rotate this one 180 degrees. So, fit the basic roof shape. Then I'm going to delete all these inner parts because we don't need them. These ones can be out, we don't need those. Then basically these weird cones you see, those are armatures. And you use them in the end to add effects like water and stuff like fire, etc. That's too much. And then a little bit. 0.01. That will do it. Yes, here we go. Great, finally. Okay, these ones may be good, maybe deleted. Faces. So the basic roof shapes, that take a while, but it's okay now. Then the inner part, it can be a bit faster than circle. Again, 60, that's okay. Scale it till it's around the same shape as the other one. And these ones will be done in 4 quarters. So add it like this. And then split it into 4. Like this one. And then delete all 4 of them, or at least 3 of them. Delete face. And give it an offset down. A bit less, like this. Okay, then the unwrap again. So unwrap it, and then we have it here. Move it to another layer. So this one needs to be roof. Hello, yes. So roof, this one on roof. And move it in the right position. And that would be here. So I see Andy and B both in the chat room. Nice to see you guys. Thought you were absent today. And then the last ones. And this one will be moved to the wall section. Walls. Over there. Something is... Oh. Yes. Okay. Place it into position and use the rotation tool again to duplicate it. It's a full circle. The next one is the stairs, which is running from the top layer down to the other ones. But the first thing we're going to do is add the decoration. And we have one of those things over there. So one of the scrolls which will be put on the top of the building. This one. And delete it all. better copying the good ones than making it all over again. Because some parts take a lot of time to model. And when you copy them, they still look the same and it takes you a lot less time to make. So, the scrolls. Let's unwrap this one again. Not the shape I hoped for, but that's okay. Move it to props. Material. Is it this one? Yes, it's that one. So props. And then overlay these ones and make it a flat element. And place it on top where it needs to be. Like this. and then do this. Yeah, how many times? 3 times. That will do the work. So Andy, I expect you to do the same later on. You started with those baking those buildings as well, so I hope you learned something from it. So now the stairs, which are not that hard now. Yeah, let's go for this one. Move it up and delete those. Then go 3, that's fine. The lowest one, the middle stairs, and the last ones. And connect them again. You have to start somewhere, Andy. And they were not bad, they were okay. I don't think my start was better than what you've already showed us. Because I started around 8 years ago or something, 7 years ago, with a school project where I needed to make a short animation film, and that thing is complete garbage. But as well, I need to start somewhere, and since then I basically moved further to where I'm now. This one will go inside the next one, and it will be the tiles texture. So these will be the basic upper part, like this. And then the sides as well. So there we go, the basic roof shape. Then the next ones will be the side walls. In the z-axis, a little bit less, like this one. Yes, wrap. And this one will go into the walls again. And then in the upper corner. Okay. Then we're going to rotate this again over the entire surface over there. Set this one on. Where is it? No. Ah. That's annoying. Okay. Forgot just one key. How to centralize the cursor on the start point. But this will work as well if you do it like this. Then the surface again. Rotate around the UV cursor. Yes. And what did you do? Oh, that's annoying, of course, it's doing that. It's linked to the other ones. Just cut it off. Yes. And then the math again to rotate it over the right angles. And the snapping will be done later on again to make them fit perfectly. And the last one. Okay. Like this, and move it back. Okay. And that's a good start. Only the area over there will be done, but it's okay to do later on. First, just some nice expanding stuff for the walls of how we move down to the lower section. And we can see here that I divided it in eight faces for the walls. Yeah, let's do that as well. That's the easiest. Loops again. Shifty. And then the size is always a bit out of proportions in Age of Empires Online style. Something like this will do it. Yeah. And then we have every time two each are the same. So these ones can be deleted again. So we have two of them left. And unwrap them again and move them over the same area. That's a good point, P. I guess it will be a bit larger, as you say. So we'll see a point where we can scale it down Okay. Then the window. And delete the inner ones. What do we have there? Aha. We can't have windows. Oh, we can have windows over there. And I copy one of the windows we already have. Oh. It's a bit annoying. Okay. Deleted the entire row of first ones I laid out. Then we copy it from here. On this cardboard board. Yes. And I'll place it into the right location. And this one not on the other one, this one. And this should be it. Delete these ones again, or at least move them away. We'll fix that later. And this one will be moved inwards, like that. And delete it out of it. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's great. And paste it over here. Hopefully it's a little bit off. But I will not annoy you with a lot of moving of those verticals, so that will be done as well later on. And this one needs to be another element. I guess it is. Which one is it? Not tiles, then it needs to be roof. Yes. Roof. The sign. And over this one. And move this one as well into the right. Yes. Need some small modifications after it. Because I do not like the entire proportion of the building. I want to and yes, 45, we'll lock it in place. What did he add? Copied. An overlaying element. This one. And now we have 4 of them. So that's basically the first one, only one door inside of it. Let's put it over there. Delete this one. And delete these verticals. And then copy one of those. 22.5. 22.5. And that should be in place then. Down till there, and then move the other piece over here down to the bottom so it matches this one. Maybe a bit broader and a bit inwards. Yes. Okay. Then the other one, I see it's, yeah, we'll fix the proportions right away. Needs to be a little bit taller. And if we fix it now, it will save us a lot of time in the end. Make sure all the walls are connected or linked, selected, how you want to call it. And this one is as well. Like that. Align them out again. Okay. Better. Nice, you like it, motion. Yeah, we just started with these streams a week ago, and it's fun to do them, but it also takes a lot of time to prepare and to make sure the files are ready to show to you. And we don't want to spoil everything that we already designed. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky what to do and what not to do. Next part is the other roof structure, and we can copy this entire thing. Come on, which one do I need? This will work. And delete all of them. Yep. Delete those. And then make these ones align on the axis. And also these ones need to be perfectly straight. And medial point. Okay. And now let's take a look at how we want to place it. And I see they try to do something like this. So that will be on the edge of this one. And only this corner sticks out. Like that. And then it will be just a matter of arraying more of these kind of small parts. So let's do this right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the middle. These textures are mostly copied from the existing ones because they are rather good, but the entire prop one is made by Chaos in 1 or 2 days. Yeah, for some things it's just what we have. It's better to use it better than make it again. And especially when they are exactly the same shapes, like the roof over here, but also the windows, which I copied from the bath. Yeah, why should we model them again if you can basically use a great model itself? But some textures we change, and that's due to the resolution of the game. And in the previous Civs, for example, the Greeks can see it very easily. The textures are way off. They are just low resolution compared to Babylonians or Persians, and that's just due to the standards of the time, and where your graphic card can just handle way more than when the game was developed during the Greeks and Egyptians. How far till the end? That's true as well, what P said. But one thing we have to watch out with is making too large buildings. And for these ones it's okay. But for gameplay buildings we need to keep the amount of verticals, so those points and those lines or edges, as low as possible. And for the bigger buildings like the palace and the Wonder, we go way above the standard value because we only use them once. But that's something we really have to watch out with, is to not go too far in detailing those buildings. And if you don't want to detail the buildings with these shapes, we can detail them with textures. So better textures ask for less details inside the building. The other one, we go around the corner, then we're only going to copy these ones. Let's put this one off. But with less polygons. I don't really care about them if it's a personal question. The more of them, the better it is. But I know that Andy and P will not agree with that. I basically never play PVA or PvP again. Also the packs we've made around the Norse one and the summer pack, I tried them out but I didn't even play them. Because I'm constantly working on these things and I like them way more than playing quests I designed by myself. And so we're almost around the thing, just a few left, and then we can start with the fun part, and that's decorating these roof parts with crates and scrolls and all the things we like. And this one. B, just a question. Do you have any idea what will be featured in the next blog? Because I didn't follow the poll on the forum. And I only saw that the town center and the villages was high on the list, but the first Capitol building was also very high on it. So yeah, just curious what all of you guys have in mind and what you want to see about the Romans. But also the town center and the villages, more special features about the Romans will come into play. What you've seen now is basically only the standard parts of the civ, but not the special things, besides the officers of course. When we only have seen one of them and hardly working on the others. But it officers take a lot of time. We need an entire new set of animations for them to give them special personality. And Felix is doing a great job again, but it takes so much time to make all those animations. Okay. So here we have the roof again. Let's see if it's okay for now. Let's place one of those shops we have next to it, like this one, and measure the proportions of how we're going to give it shape. Because as P said, it needs to match the proportions of the other buildings. And it basically looks okay. What do you think, guys, thinks of it, of the scale? Will it fit like this? Basically it's the same floor, but also the same height as the Babylonian one. So I guess it will be okay. Motion, you have experience with animations? Because it sounds a bit like it. Okay, then the props. Let's put in some crates. Always. Wout, always. At least when we are modeling. It's also the thing I'm gonna do for work. I'm now studying architecture, and that includes a lot of 3D modeling, but also a lot of building work. So yeah, basically architecture is the thing I like to do the most. So when P and Andy were discussing about the future civs they have in mind, and where Andy wanted to go for, I guess, the Phoenicians and Carthagins, I'm more a person who wants to go east, where you have all these kind of perfect wooden shaped buildings with those fantastic roof shapes and iconic features. And Phoenicians and Carthagins look a lot like Romans and Greek ones. At least as far as I know, my historical knowledge, it's not that well as the knowledge of Andy, which is basically a walking encyclopedia. Okay, let's wrap this one again. And the last ones. And delete this one. I'm not gonna see it. Okay. And let's move it into props. Material 01. It's gonna lag again. And props, let's save it. Before we're running out of memory and then everything was done for nothing. Place it on this one. I do not have a portfolio as P has, but maybe it will come, depending on how much time I have. I'm basically now working on my graduation, so that will have priority on portfolio levels. But yeah, maybe there will be room for this stuff as well. Why not? Why does it not show right? Is it in the... oh. Yes, here we go. Master's degree, yes. So the last year of architecture. And then I'm done. So then we will roll into will work with maybe some extra time or less time to do stuff like this. Because my current days are extremely long, and then during the weekend I also have sports and also time to do this kind of work, which is basically relaxing compared to what I have to do for architecture. Okay, and wrap and make a kind of board out of this one. It's fine, it's fitting. This one will work. And then we're gonna put some, yes, okay. Give it some depth, like this one, that will work. And then we're gonna put some notes on it. Okay, rotate Z 90 degrees. And I can't give them a nice image, but that will be something I guess Bill likes to do later on, to give them all kind of pictures of blueprints and gears or hammers, etc. The only thing I'm going to do right now is give them the right position on the UV map. That will be over there. Yes, and then give them some places over there. Don't know if I have arrows at the moment to pin them down, but else you have to make them as well. But as you can see, all these small kind of decorations take a lot of time to make. I never understood why Gerda is that popular. But it's maybe because I'm always into this kind of work and not into all your memes on the forum. So this one works, then the next one. It's a bit sad that I lost my objects, but I can copy over this one. And I don't need this board, the SPQR sign. Here we go. New sieves? That's your thing, Andy. I'm just explaining my preference. But the only thing I know is that when this one is done, we first gonna take some weeks off, and then we will see how far we will go with new sieves, because they take a lot of time, and we have the luck that we have now all the concept art and some good references. But for the next civilizations, it will be completely from scratch, and it will be way less easier than what we do now. Oh, maybe, why not? It's always an option. But I have no idea how you want to balance them. But then Navy unit, I love it. But I don't think it will stand a chance against a normal Theorem or anti-ship. This one, wrap from view. Okay. And then scale it up so it fits the sign. Okay. Move it into props. Okay, great. And this one needs to be moved in walls. And that's a bit sad because I had one which was laid down perfectly, but that's deleted. So let's move it very quickly into the right position. This one over there, the top. True, Andy. But first of all, a lot of work to just experiment what kind of SIP you want and its general overview. Because every SIP focuses on one special field. So the Egyptians are cavalry based, Greek are just all round. And as you know, the Romans will be strong infantry, but also heavily siege units. Where is? Oh. And for a new kind of SIP, we have to find again a general overview and what buildings we want to have special, which ones we want to have just general, like houses. And it will take way more time than just what we did now. Okay, this one is in place. Make it a little bit less thick. And also place one over there. No, that will be done later. Needs another approach. So let's move down for now, see if we can fix the general shape of the building. Because the general shape is the first thing to do, and then the decoration and the details will come in out of its own. So arches and some columns, and oh, I'm gonna do this again. Oh, it's saved. It's a bit annoying again. Okay, then we have to do it with what we already have. So we're gonna copy them out of there. And luckily these columns do not take that much time to make. Or to UV correctly. Column on top of the column, and then this one also in place of that thing, and put it again inside walls. How is it done? We first have a normal vertical, horizontal beam, and then the pillars. So let's give it some space, centralize the column, and then make the beam. So this, rotate the other one like it's a flat one, and then 90 degrees and move into position, somewhere over there. A little bit less, or a bit smaller, that we can get the same height as the Babylonian one, and make this one the right proportions, like that. Okay, this will do it. And then the column again. Shift. Yes. Okay. A little bit down to make the beam, so it will be a little bit taller than the Babylonian one, but I don't think that's the problem. So the beam will go from this corner to somewhere over there, and unwrap and move it into place. Again, this one. Yeah, civs. You can talk a lot about them, and we will see where we're going to. I'm basically okay with all kind of civilizations, as long as they have great architecture, and we can come up with great, great units, which stand on their own, like the Roman legionary or immortals, which are great units on their own and really stand out in the game. Because I see that as a very strong point of the online version, where everything is basically a great part on the entire structure of the game, but also something identifiable on its own, compared to Age of Empires 2, where a lot of things look like each other, but also act the same. And that's a bit sad if you want to make every civilization special. Okay, the beam is in. Let's copy the beam to the other side as well. This one. Yes, and flip. Where is it? Oh, yes. And then copy the columns. And don't hesitate to ask questions, guys. I have the chat running on another device in front of me, so I can see everything that you type. A bit annoying. I tried to do it, at least to put it on the second screen, but due to my laptop I can't stream and have two monitors, so I have to do it with an iPad, but it works as well. Okay, then the next one is the arch. Let's copy that as well from the town center. Yes, this one. Oh, we are linked to something, I guess. Delete that. And another one. And another one. Yes. And we have it over there. And placed on top of the arch texture. So something like this. And oh, to there. Something is really off in this texture. So let's fix that by deleting some of those weird things and put in a new texture then. and also this one, and do the same over there. Okay, that looks better over there. Then put in some walls. Okay, and again into place, unwrap, and place it over there. And then the upper part will be fixed later on again. And this one over there. Yeah, and these ones will get a fix when I've done the rest of the walls. So delete them, or now we can do them directly by unwrap them again. So only the other one. Yes, unwrap. Over there. Place on top of this one. So now we basically have one thing overlaid, so they take the same texture on the same position. And that's very easily to capture or to do it for all the columns. So you have to make one column and you can copy it over the entire structure, which speeds up the process by a lot of time. So, okay. Okay, this one. Then we also have one over here. Less white. And place it into position. Okay. And then the other one will be just a single simple wall with a window. And we already have them made, so that takes way less time. Okay. And then flatten this one. Where are you? Yes. So. And then move them again into position. So that's over here. And the last thing is to get this one in the right place. Yeah, and again, don't look too much at the stones. That's something that will be fixed when the stream is over, because that takes some time, and it's not the most funniest or the most greatest thing to look at. We need a little bit more space for the window. And now we can give the window a little bit more air, as you can see it. Okay. Okay, so like this. Don't know why you are off that much. Let's move you back in position. Oh. And move you back in position. There we go. So we get shape. It's getting there. Okay, see you later, Andy. Great you were around. What to do with the other side? I guess a plain wall and a window. So that means again copying this one. And let's put no, because there's an alley over there, so we have to make it only on this part. And then make the internal alley after this one. Yes. Then we also need the arch. And let's place it again into the right position like this one. Okay, and then the internal structure, that will be a smaller arch or a door. I guess I go for a door this time to not make it entirely open. This will do it. A little bit lower to line it out, and then fill it with walls. And this will do it. Okay. A bit bigger. Okay, and then like that, and on the other side as well. And this one. Okay. And make this one a little bigger so it matches this corner. Okay, then and set the door. Plain again. And oh, that can be done easier by using the arch. And then taking the outer corner of the arch. Yes, like this. And these ones, and scale them in the right X. There we go. And then a wrap. and the thing is already there. So we only need to put it on the right position in the UV texture. I only miss some space there. So let's give it a little bit more and move them a little bit inwards. You are a bit off. And this one is okay. This is better. Still not 100% okay. Let's give it some extras. To make it better. There we go. And then move it into place. And copy it. To the right. Place in the wall. Flip. Normals again. Yeah, normals are the things that define the front side of an element. So when a normal is faced to the wrong side, you get a transparent face. Okay, then see if we can make the round shape of the flower in the middle a bit better, because that looks horrible now. And there. We go over there. Yeah, how many views did you have, P, during your stream? I didn't look it back. I just watched it for a few minutes, but that was all. Okay, then. The upper or the middle border, the one that goes underneath this part of the building, and we're going to do it easily by copying the border of the top layer and move it down to there. A little smaller, a little bit down, and delete these ones. Edges. And we do not overlap, so overlapping is not a point, not that important, but it's just for the cleanness of the model. Okay. And the bottom thing, how to give that a shape. We do not have the concept of it, but I guess for uniformity of the model, basically doing the same as we did on the other part. We also need the beam, so that's the next thing we're gonna do. Match it with the height we want. So it's the same height as this thing. Okay. And then the beam, where we can copy this thing again, move it down, shrink it and give it the right place again, like this. Oh, that's a pity. Let's give it the right place you want. Like it's like this. And move this one away. And this one again. Ah, okay, the same amount. That's okay. That's nice. The active base of Celeste project. Okay, here we go. That's the basic shape of it. Let's compare it again with the other one, the Babylonian. Let's overlay it. And what do we have? Basically the same floor print, same height, so that will be okay. It will not be that far off. What do you think, P? Does it fit well? So the last thing we're gonna do for this stream is make the base, so there's this part underneath it. And then we're gonna use tile, texture off, plane. So first of all, this thing. Give it the right place, like there. And unwrap it and put it in the tiles. Tiles over there. Use this one. That should be okay. And give it a small offset down. Oh, I only see that we just didn't insert the textures over here for the roof shape. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But all these buildings have just a plane, like this one, with the special symbol of the sieve on it. And that's something we miss right now. So that's something we can put on these ones. And also on the other bar. Okay, so you have it here, and this one as well. I'm going to move it to the walls, yes. So this one, the one we see over there. We need it on every building, and it makes it Civ specific. And by using the code later on, you can give it the right color that represents the Civ you're playing with. Okay, there we have it. And for these ones we use the same thing, but then a bit smaller, so we use half a section. Then we need to do the same with this one. Okay. And then we need again half one. Rotate these once around. Like this. And then we will do, I will extend these ones. This looks odd. And move it so it fits this corner perfectly. Okay. And place it there as well. And that one. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Yes. So it will be a bit higher, but we needed to give it an extra border. And extend these ones so they match again. Like that. And the other one as well, a bit shorter. And give it a top inwards. Okay. Almost right. Yes, and okay. There we go. This one in place, and also this one in place. And then we're going to rotate this one again. There we go. And the other one again. So the same process. yeah, and then this one overlaying, and scale it as it should be. Yes, there we go. Merge by distance, so then overlapping verticals and move it back into the right spot. And then we have also that part done. Makes it look okay. I only missed a border over there, so I will put in a second border there as well. Way less taller, but we need one to end the shape. This will do it, okay. Yeah, I will do something with the back over here. So it's a bit diverse. Now it's the same. Don't like it entirely, but it's not important for now. And the last part of the base. So the rock elements. Mesh plane. And also this one in tiles. Tiles. And therefore we will use these rocks. Okay. And then arraying it so that it matches the entire surface. And we will start with this part a little bit down. Seems okay like this. Styles will be in later on. And array it till it fits the surface. And match it to the right proportions. Like this. Repeat the same. For there will be a small part inside, small border. This one will be against the same layer. So there. And then copying these elements. First of all, this one. Like that. A little bit thicker. Also over there. And then the last part of the borders, the ones in between. Fit it in. And scale it to the right. Like this. And do the same on the other side. So it's closed off. And then the inner part needs to be a little bit larger. So it fills up the space. Like this. And then we will add the stairs. Like that. Halfway. This one needs a little bit more height. Okay. And I want this one a little bit more inside, inwards. And there we go. And for this one, I only need half the texture. And on the last thing, again the borders. And then only halfway, and there the other one, which is basically ground level. And I want the same on the other side. So then we need to make also these ones a bit smaller. One, and copy this one to match the stairs on this side. So that means we have the basic shape done, only this roof part. How to lay it down. I can first of all copy these ones, that it's not that hard. Yeah, and round shape is a bit of it's a tricky thing. So I will keep that for the last one. These ones can basically be copied. First of all that one, and then the one in the middle. Maybe it will get another shape or another texture, I don't know yet. I guess I will go for another texture, because this one is a bit weird to use as a, how to call that, as a roof top layer texture. This will also make it a bit easier for the round corner. So only the ones we can see over there. Like this. Okay, and then these ones as well. And these also. And they are all there. And we can basically move them to this one. And this is tiles, so sun. And the last thing is to close the gap. Okay. Unwrap and also place over there. So there we go with the basic shape. That's basically it. Try red bricks for the floor. That's also a good one. That's something that's used multiple times, so that's a great thing you mention. Will be a bit harder to lay out, but that's okay. Hope I will get it right. I also have to do it different. But yeah, it will be better than using this concrete one. Okay. Let's see how that will work out. And then we need this texture over there. Like this. Okay, there we go. How does it look? Not that bad. Need one brick more. Like this. And I guess this one can be moved to the roof. Where we have where we have this one. Assign to roof. Like that. And then move it back again. Okay. Then we go for something like this. I guess you're right. Looks a bit better. I also miss one border in the roof. Put one small one over there, so it closes the sieve pattern. And also copy this one layer down. To match that border. And then delete. The ones we don't need. So these ones. Okay. And you're in place. It's working better, maybe a little bit too high, but that will not be a big point for now. And one thing to do, what we basically do in all the capital buildings, is add a rock, or rock, how you call it in English, no idea basically. Unwrap, and that one is part of the tiles as well. Tiles, scale it down and move it in the rug. Gives a bit more luxury feeling to the building. But I guess after this one, when the rug is in, I will stop the stream because we are already in for about 2 hours now, so that's a good one. And then I will fix some of the small problems like this, so it doesn't line out here, and I needed to line out to make the rug work well. And now that's a bit weird. And this one needs see if you can see it. Yes. There you are. And give you the top. Okay. And the same thing over there. And down again, and then unwrap it again. And move it over there. Serve the base of the rug again. Like this. Is it in the right color? It seems a little bit off. Maybe it's just a light. So here we go with the building, and then the next part will be about all the kind of props. So I'll work further on them, and then we see it later on inside the game. Because I'm gonna work if I make it till the end, because that takes a lot of time more, and I need to fix some non-interesting elements. Yeah, like these lineouts over here. This doesn't work that well now. But also here with the window and the column, and of course all these brick patterns. So it's the video. Oh, my video is just lagging a bit. Thank you, Alzerus, if I speak it out right. And I hope to see you next time in another stream of the developers. No idea what we will stream next. Maybe another building or an animation or something else. Let's see, and we'll see you in the blog of this Saturday. So have a nice day. Bye bye.